Hello the internet, Lifearion here again with the B main at Silverstone International in Conelanders Assetto Corsa Racing League. As you can see from the times that are coming up now, there were some pretty good qualifying, 18.1s on the front grid and then an 18.4, 19.1, and there I am in 6th position. The other two races that are about to come up, Incarcerant and Shadow Wolf, both didn't actually make it to the race, so I am in 6th and last place going into the beginning of this race. Let's see how we go.
I'm behind you.
Yay. Here we are at the B main. I've qualified in 6th, as it turns out. I thought I was in 5th, but that's alright, no problems. Again, I didn't get any clean qualifying laps. It's a 16 lap race. It's going to have one pit stop.
Alright, good luck.
Good luck and have fun.
Good luck, everyone.
I've got start lights, yay.
Good luck, everyone.
Alright, first few corners negotiated successfully. Let's try not to wreck anybody. Oh!
Sorry, Mars, and I lost it.
Well, Powers looks like it's just you and me.
A little early for that.
I mean, right now.
So, 2 races of 3.
I can't handle another one.
That was vaguely annoying. Alright, here we go. Oh!
Sorry. Okay.
Right then, let's start again. Alright, so here we are, lap 2, close enough to 30 seconds.
Sorry about that, period.
Close enough to 30 seconds until we get to Ollie. Marzen is behind us and slower than us, so this is probably our race for a bit. I will cut away here because it's just going to be me circulating around, and if anything exciting happens I will come back in. See you soon. Alrighty, we're coming into the pits this lap. We've been running pretty consistent lap times, as you just saw. There's nobody anywhere around us, so we might as well just be a practice session at this point. My tyres are quite a long way off, which is interesting. Now I've got to slow down a little bit here so we can get into the pits. So that's going to be, I am not taking tyres, so that's going to be interesting for the rest of the race. So we'll see how that works out for us. Now I'm not entirely sure where my pit box is. It was not a great pit entrance. There's only 5 of us left. Still can't see my pit box. There it is. Okay. And we're good. And we're good. And we are still coming out ahead of Marsden. So, still nothing to report. I will check back in if anything interesting happens. Alright, so we're on the last lap here. Once again, I have not seen anyone the entire race after those incidents with Les and Marsden. Literally no one has turned up. Oh, no, that's not true. I lapped Marsden at one point. I've been doing some very consistent laps. This is now a less consistent lap because I'm all talking to you guys. There goes my fuel light, so I got that about right. Possibly a little bit, I was a little bit conservative on fuel, but that's okay. And that's the end of the race, so I'm pretty happy with that in general. I mean, I got 4th, essentially. Oh, what's happening here? Wow. Got 4th out of 5, but, you know, 4th is 4th, I'll take it. I think I didn't cause any of those wrecks. That one with Marsden on the front straight may have been my fault. I mean, he should have known I was there, but I was trying to stick my nose where perhaps it wasn't supposed to be. So I'll check the replay on that. And I might actually do some analysis of that because there won't be much of this race shown. So here we go, crossing the finish line.
Wasn't exactly what I was hoping for.
Here we go, final position, 4th.
Nothing to do with position.
Alright, so here we are at the first incident. This is on lap 1, well actually both incidents are on lap 1, coming up to the entrance to Hangar Straight. Les is on the outside here, coming around the corner, and this is my car here. If we play the video here, we go through, and up at this point everyone's just sort of going around the corner. Up until this point, I've been taking this corner in tight like I am and then swinging out wide way past this line here. As you can see, Rotor and Powers have already taken that line. Ollie and Marsden are about to come together and Les and I are about to do the same thing. So if I go forward slowly here, you'll see here that I'm starting to drift out where Les has taken the wider line in so that he can get straight onto the straight here. Now I've got to say this crash is entirely my fault. It's the first lap of the race. I'm behind Les. I should have given him racing room. I should have seen that he was coming around more, but instead I just continued on my line, which unfortunately for everyone involved ends up here. Now Ollie and Marsden are already going off, and it's entirely possible that Les is taking action to avoid these two as well. If we go into my car, that's not where I drove from. Where are we? There we go. Here, and go back just a little bit. If I play this, go around here. Now, at this point, I'm looking at Les. I'm not looking at this up here at all, so I don't see these two coming together. It's possible Les is trying to avoid that, but he just comes and has his line, which is perfectly fine, and I just drive into him. So I think that one is completely my fault. So, Les, if you're watching this, I am very sorry indeed. Alright, let's move on to the other one. Alright, so this is towards the end of that same lap. This is still the end of lap 1. Les and Mazen are racing each other, and I'm coming up on both of them. So coming into the last set of corners here, second to last corner, and the last corner is here. Now I've got a good exit out of this corner, and so I reckon that I am going faster than both of these guys, and as you can see here, I catch up on them. This is my usual exit line here. At this point, I can't imagine that Mazen is looking at me terribly much. He's looking at Les because he's got a good run on Les as well. And so what happens here is that I try and move across to the inside, like that. Mazen hasn't started to move yet, so I figure maybe this is okay. Possibly he hasn't got as good a run as I have. I'm definitely catching Mazen, and I think I'm catching Les, so I just stick it in there. And then Mazen starts moving over for his overtaking maneuver. Now, I'm just going to play this through, and then I'm going to look at it a few times and ask some questions. So here's what happens. I see Mazen moving over, and again, if I just go slowly, so I move right over to the right hand side. Mazen keeps moving over just to make his pass. He wasn't trying to cut me off, he was just trying to pass Les. We end up in the wall, spinning each other. Thankfully, Mazen misses Les. On the way past, otherwise that could have been nasty, and then away we go. Okay, so if we go back here again, go past the crash, so way back here when I'm coming off the corner, so I've got to run in here, and I think, okay, I can definitely take this guy, so I move across to the inside. Now my question is, when I see Mazen starts moving across here, I'm going faster than both of these two. But my question is, when I see him moving across, given the position that we're in here, see if we can find Mazen's, well, okay, there's a good view of it too, but if we can find Mazen's car, which I believe, nope, this is that one there. So I'm clearly behind Mazen's car here. So if we just go slowly here, still behind, he moves over, and this is about where I realise that I'm out of room. Now it's too late at this point for me to do anything, unfortunately. But back, if I go back to my car, oops, did it again, go back to my car again. If we go back to here, so I'm coming out of the corner, I make the move, Mazen moves over again. Now at this point, I'm not sure what I should be doing. Should I have... See Mazen move there. When he makes that move, should I just back off? Should I try and dive to the inside, possibly? I did have room because I could have gone back across this way. Clearly Mazen hasn't seen me. He has admitted to me that he is 100% at fault for this, but I'm not so sure. I think maybe I should have backed off at this point and just not wrecked, because once he starts moving across on us, again we'll see this in normal time, he moves over there. At that point I'm thinking maybe he's seen me, maybe he hasn't, but should I have backed off at that point? I don't know the answer to that question, so if someone can tell me that, I would be most appreciative. And then he moves over again. He did move over too far, but he wasn't trying to cut me off. That was just him making his pass. And then we hit the wall. So we'll have a look at that one more time, just at normal speed. And I'd really appreciate input as to what I should have done here. And that was that. Boom, boom. Alright, well, that's the end of this episode. If you could comment on this, I would much appreciate it. Until next time, when we are racing at Zandvoort, I will see you then. You keep doing what you're doing. Bye-bye.